Natalia was a bit of a jobber for a minute, but she seems to be getting some kind of pushover on NXT right now.
Right.
Wrestling! What's good, everybody? Hello,
Here,
hello,
I
hello,
just
hello. Hi. What's good?
Yeah.
Happy Sunday, peoples. Hero.
I just sent a clip in Messenger, bro. Somebody.
Also, Slater's fired, Justin. We can talk about that.
Dog, I'm playing it right now.
God damn it.
Bro, somebody commented he said that was the toughest $100 he's ever made. I fucking lost it.
Yo, Slay the Spire has me, bro. And I hate it.
Hey, man, good game is good.
My new favorite character is Defect.
Is that the fourth one?
Cash, yeah. No, the third.
Third? I don't think I've used that one yet.
Bro, he has a very interesting fighting system, and I like low-key love it.
Cam, your little sneaky little early thirsty suitors streams and shit.
Yeah, good on you for that one.
Getting thirsty on the Lord's Day.
Getting thirsty on the Lord's Day.
I was
gonna
mad
say
that I didn't
getting
think about that until I already started the stream. I'm like, damn, I should have put this as a stream title instead.
Amen.
Yeah.
But happy Sundays, peoples. Happy Sundays. Hope everybody is doing well today on the Lord's Day.
Look at me, I'm covered.
Now let me tell everybody here about the good old energy conserving usage, the all powerful, all energy supplying Mako energy. So you might hear some of those avalanche fellers over there saying how it's killing the planet, but me, I say it's giving you the electricity you need to survive in this cold, cruel world of giant chickens, demons, planet-saving antiviruses called weapons. That's crazy. But see, with the power of Mako, Justin uses the power of Mako. Look at his room, glistening in all that green Mako energy. See, Justin understands. Be like Justin. Mako energy. Do you see that? He's even got a statue of the hero of Shinra, Sephiroth, right behind him, even though he's got a terrorist right next to him as well, and that's treason. We see this clearly a counterbalance.
Hey, they work together for a little bit.
For a little bit. I mean, did they really though?
Kinda, sorta.
Kinda, sorta.
Also, Fallout will make you think different about the thumbs up, just saying.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, isn't it some measure of mushroom cloud?
Yep. One of the first scenes is like, Daddy, is it my thumb or your thumb?
Hey, yo.
Man.
That got dark.
At that moment, I knew this show different, bro.
Yeah, I need to watch that. Need to hop on Shogun.
I was gonna watch Shogun. That's what I actually went on Amazon for, and I was like, "Is it not on Amazon?"
I think
Guess
it's
not.
on Hulu.
Oh, okay. But I was like, "I'm here now. Here's Fallout," and so we watched that instead.
Yeah. And then,
He said, I'm here now.
Because yeah, I was looking for Shogun, but I'm glad I did. That's your. Actually, I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna save it until the episode.
for sure. Let's see. Man, there's so many just little things to consume right now, and I'm like, ugh. Like, the boys have been back on 14 a lot more, which I need to
Bro,
hop back on.
I have not hopped on 14 in so long. Like, and I don't even have that. I think this is the last day for the Torgo mount, right?
No, I believe it's going on to the 8th.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I still have a little bit of time.
Yeah, you need to. Yeah, do the Torgal stuff at least, man.
I know.
I'm like, it's a solo duty, so you just
look. I need someone to be like, hey, Justin, come do this with me. And I'm like, okay.
We can't. That's the thing. It's by yourself. Like, you just have to just go off and do it.
No, I mean someone tell me to go play 14 because
Eh,
So Spire has me, dog.
it's been a week.
I've been playing it this entire week. I stayed up until 3 in the morning playing it.
See, it's the roguelike stuff, bro.
It's just like, oh no, it's like, oh, I got the system down now I can get it. Just like, oh, I died.
Also, remember, Justin has a addictive personality. So
I do.
as soon as he likes, there is no liking something. It's like, oh, this thing is mildly interesting. Love.
I get
Go
it.
all the way in. Learn every single part of it.
I get it. I'm the same
Every
way.
day, not a game.
I'm the same way, and this is exactly why D&D. I have to stay away from it because, man, it'll be a problem.
It would, and I've acknowledged that it would be a problem for Darren.
I'm just like, man, because even at work, like, coworkers are dumb, and they just be trying to just make random scenarios, and I was just like, dog, I hate you because everything you're doing, this entire situation, this entire story you build up, I was like, bitch, dungeon master ass motherfucker over here, you just built an entire backstory, and he's like, nuh-uh. And I was like, stop, I don't like where this conversation is taking us. Because I also added on to shit, and I was just like, see, I know I'm good at this. I don't want it. I don't want this power.
Yeah, Darren would kind of be I think he would really be OP at this thing.
Not PO.
Like, at this particular thing.
I'm like, I like all this stupid shit.
Especially, like, creating his character and having that back. Darren would have such a convoluted backstory.
I believe it.
Bro, I for real believe. I feel he would have such a convoluted backstory.
Don't try it.
We be reading that shit for hours.
Born in the Himalayan mountains.
See, I'm trying to, bro.
Beyond the veil, what mortals shall not reach.
Oh shit.
Question, Darren and Deontay, are you guys planning on Fanime this year? What are our thoughts?
Probably not.
Wait, pause. Oh, okay. Damn it, I was gonna try to predict your answer.
Shut up.
I thought you were gonna say, I go for a day.
If I do, that's probably what it would probably be like that Saturday night, if anything.
How much is this shit?
I don't know. I haven't checked yet.
Not
Bro,
worth it.
see, me and Cam were talking about it yesterday. You know, we usually go on principle, not necessarily because of the cost, but I will say, because I don't think they were doing the overnights anymore. So like the places that open 24 hours.
Oh.
To like the late nights.
Mm-hmm.
So that was always kind of a bummer because I think that was one of the things that kind of gave it the most appeal was the fact that, like, I mean, and granted, there's the park parties which was pretty fire last year.
Yeah,
but I don't know. Because remember, most of the things that like happened there, we didn't really. we were kind of just there for like each other and the appeal of it all.
Yeah.
Like we went to a few things, but it wasn't really.
I always have a good time. I like.
No,
it.
I'm not saying it's not fun. Like, it's absolutely a great time. But if they're charging like $150, I don't know if it's that great a time.
150 is excessive. I don't think.
I don't think it hasn't gotten that high before, and if it does, they hold high.
But the thing is, like, we thought that when it was $60, and we thought that when it was $70 and $80, and then we were like $100. Hey yo,
y'all ain't that cool.
Speaking of high ticket prices, Cam, do you have an outside land scam this year? I saw the lineup. I want to go.
105 for the weekend.
Oh, it's gone up by about like 15. I think it was like 90 something last time.
Is this the early registration or the late one?
Early registration was 85.
Oh, okay.
And then it went up to 95 up until the end of March, and then now it's 105. 75 for like Saturday, Sunday, 70 for Friday. Half weekend 90. What? And that's just Sunday and Monday. You're high.
I don't know yet. Maybe. Yeah.
Bro, I looked on the list and I was like, okay, K Tronada, fucking all of that, and I saw way at the bottom of the list, Idris is gonna be there.
That's one of the so I'm not too like enthralled by the lineup. Like I think it's like so, but like Idris,
Idris is gonna be there.
Like I kind of want to go, and especially because I think it's gonna be in like the Soma. I think it said the Soma 10, which is like damn near like a fucking club in the middle of Golden Gate Park. Like it's closed. It's not like open. Like it's like a club, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like Idris in like a club. That could be kind of cool.
Idris. I like how his name is just way down there too.
I know.
It's like he's not headlining the Soma. Like Tyler the Creator, the Killers, Sturgill Simpson, the Postal Service. I'm amazed the Postal Service is going to be there. Grace Jones, K Tronada, Jungle. I'm actually excited for Jungle.
Yeah, I think Jungle's going to be hard.
Bro,
be
all
hard.
the dancing that's going to happen out there.
Who's Sturgill Simpson?
I don't know. That's the one person on the main card. I don't know.
I don't know Grace Jones either.
I know Grace Jones. Who is Young the Giant's gonna be there? Schoolboy Q,
Killer Mike,
yeah.
Tyler, make me sweat, make me holla.
That's who that is.
Yeah,
dope. Corinne Bailey Ray is gonna be there. I was actually happy about that.
Yeah, that's a perfect setting for her too.
Snake Hips, that's gonna fucking jam.
Snake Hips.
Channel.
Now, is this the Rocco I'm thinking about?
Where? What line?
She's like a few lines below Snake Hips in the center. Rocco. Like, is this the rapper Rocco I'm thinking about? Like the nigga who had like one hit?
I need to see.
I'm in the hood. I'm in the hood. Yeah, like that nigga had exactly one hit. If that's who I'm thinking about.
Yeah, I don't see it. Oh, Rocco, I see it now. I'm not sure.
Rocco's Modern Life.
Great.
But you know what? Like, I kind of... Uncle Waffles, too. That's going to be a crazy set. I kind of like
names.
Right.
I like AG Club.
I kind of like when on the lineup there's not a lot of people that I know because it encourages me to find new shit. Because then you just wander around and like stumble upon shit. Whereas if there's hella people you want to see, then you're just going to the sets that you want to see, and you know their music already. So
performing a special country set, Post Malone.
Probably just about the only way that I would actually go see Post Malone because I don't want to see a regular set from him. A country set, tickle me intrigued.
Tickle me intrigued.
I don't want to see any.
Not the tickle.
I left Day in Vegas when Post Malone headlined. We like straight up left, like when it was his set.
But yeah. Bro, I think first off, I never liked Post Malone's music, right?
Even in the beginning, like in the beginning.
No,
I did.
I didn't like it in the beginning, and then I learned about his real beginnings in career and stuff, and how he initially tried to make his career in country and failed, and then he originally tried to be a country artist, failed at that, and then used rap as a venue to reach his stardom. And then his comments about hip hop as a genre just kind of rubbed me the wrong way right before he switched genres. So I was like, oh, you just Vanilla Iced us.
Fucking White Ivor song. We should get started. It's been like 40 minutes, y'all.
Be it.
Yes.
White Ivor song. When I started balling, I was young.
Congratulations on the Sandland win once again.
Oh, right,
beautiful man.
bro.
The shout out from Big E and Xavier Woods is amazing.
He won the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, he won the
go.
giveaway.
Which chat is it in?
I think it's in all of them.
No, it's not. Go to the news channel.
News?
Yeah, it's the Twitch link that Deso put the other day. I bet you have. I would.
Seth, you are one of the luckiest dudes I know.
Bro.
Like,
Does
you
he
have
win stuff a lot?
Bro, he's won so many giveaways. Like,
what?
Well, I can't say so many, but like in terms of
it's so many.
In terms of like the ratio of how many people actually win these things, he's won so many giveaways. This man rolls nat 20s on a daily. I love it.
I need to take Seth to Fire Market with me for the raffle.
You've won those things before already, though, right?
Yeah, I've won one.
Justin won like on his first time there.
Yeah, it was the one we won on my birthday.
Yeah, and then I've won a bunch, but it's been a minute.
Time for another casino visit, Justin.
Let's go, baby. I'm right there next to you. Let's go.
I got you, Joe.
Don't run the luck tank out, otherwise you'll be sad Corbin.
Oh shit! Good shit, Seth.
Because I didn't realize what was happening when I was looking at the clip. I'm just like, all right, Big E and Xavier Woods just being stupid. Then I hear Neo Reaper underscore. I was like, ah!
Shout out to Big E.
Shout out to Seth here, yes sir.
Poor Big E might never wrestle again.
Why?
Like the ultimate, right? He's like, man, fuck the game. I'm just happy that was said.
Yeah, no,
he broke his neck.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Really?
Bad neck injury, and as far the doctor's saying he isn't healing in a way that would allow him to go back into the ring.
Fuck.
Big man, hopefully he heals up. Oh.
Was this recent?
It's been now. That was a while ago, right?
It's been a couple years now.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because I know you just don't see him in the neck brace anymore. But for a minute, he had that neck brace on, fucking.
Yeah.
For a minute.
We were just waiting, to get news.
Or
possibly see him back, but it looks like we might not see him back in.
I'm sorry. That's crazy.
But you
check,
see,
check, 1, 2, check. Hello,
hello, monkey.
Did you see the pictures he posted? With his girlfriend.
I did. What's her name, sister?
Mia Yim's sister.
They did it like, is it? What movie is that? Step Brothers.
Step Brothers, yeah. Microphone check. Look, it's a Scarlet. I'm looking good on the waves.
This is a sound check to bring to you the gracious energy of Mako Energy, powering Justin's home as we speak. Look at that delicious emerald glow in his background.
I hate the fact that it's
Mako Energy, brought to you by the Shinra Power Corporation. We are not an army. We are an energy source. We are good for the environment and community.
See that in my background? It's Chocobo juice energy.
You see what he got in the background? That looks like treachery. And we might need to search for him expeditiously so. We have soldiers en route right now.
It's not like I'm repairing automatons in my room right now.
We don't know that, and just in case.
Am I gonna pick?
Just in case.
I don't make it home tonight.
Shut up.
I'm just trying to figure out a more efficient way to juice these chocobos.
Hey, yo.
To juice these chocobos.
So what you do is you grab them by the balls.
Do they have balls?
And you yank.
And you yank.
Downwards.
You
get away from my bird.
Right?
I've just been trapping them and then pressing them with a large piece of plywood. Like, just press them. It's been working so far. It just takes a lot of strength.
Oh no!
This is
I
a
don't
strange.
like
These
where
are
this
some
is going.
strange methods of chocobo wrangling, if I ever heard.
Yeah, I don't like where this is going.
The streets are saying that Chris Brown pulled a 50 Cent move on Quavo. He bought all the tickets to Quavo's concert in Connecticut so that no one can show up.
The level of petty.
But I'm pretty sure
petty.
he spent a lot more than what 50 Cent spent on those Ja Rule tickets.
Ja Rule tickets, facts.
It's also, yeah, it's just Ja, so.
50 Cent said it was like a Groupon deal.
Right, he's so like, shit, this is a whole $200, easy.
That's what he said. He said it was a Groupon deal. That's so disrespectful, bro. I feel like that just makes it even worse.
That's what made it really bad.
Oh gosh.
The level of petty is
absolutely
crazy.
It's fun. Alrighty, gentlemen.
It makes me wonder, like, I don't want to make enemies with 50 Cent. I don't want to make enemies with 50 Cent.
I just don't want enemies.
Handle myself.
True.
I got a long list.
My enemies almost won.
I just don't want enemies.
Why
can't we all just be friends?
Fuck some people.
Fuck you. That's why.
I'm trying to be friends with no damn body. That's why niggas punch Richard Spencer.
Let us begin.
That shit looks sweaty. I'm glad I didn't go there. All right, let's do it.
Shit looks sweaty.
All right, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome, everybody, to episode 177 of the Rusty Repeat Podcast. As always, I'm one of your hosts, Darren. With me at the voice, Justin.
What's good, Joe?
Deontay.
Hey.
And Cameron.
I got thirsty on the Lord's Day.
Oh, you just really wanted to use that, didn't you?
He really did.
Had to get it on wax.
Oh, man. But anyway, everybody, thank you for joining us as always. And as a quick bit of housekeeping, remember you can follow us anywhere at Rusty Rupees or Rusty Rupees with 2 Y's on Twitter, because Twitter's some who's. You can find the podcast anywhere by looking up Rusty Rupees. That's over at Spotify, SoundCloud, Apple Music, YouTube Music, all that jazz. Check us out. Episode 176 is right there for your listening pleasure. Go ahead and check that out. We stream right here at twitch.tv/RustyRupees, typically daily right here. Come check us out for the podcast, Community Days, Tekken Tuesdays, own flavors of the week. We appreciate you.
Oh, baby.
Remember, anywhere you listen to us, please go ahead, hit those stars, leave us a review, give us some feedback, helps us out, lets us know what we could do better for you. We appreciate it.
We want to listen to you.
Yes. And remember, you can go ahead and hit that subscribe button over at youtube.com/RustyRupees, where the episodes of the podcast go out live, and any other bits of shenanigans we might do goes over there. So please go ahead, hit that bell notification. We appreciate you. And rolling into the topics of the day. So after last week and us slightly talking about Embracer, literally Embracer news happened that exact night. So we've had a week to stew on it. So Embracer, some Gary's Mods news that has to do with Nintendo we'll talk about. Justin's been playing the fuck out of Slay the Spire, and we gonna talk about that. Justin's beaten Slay the Spire, and we gonna go over it. And no BlizzCon this year, because I think they know better. But anyway, before hopping into things, what's up, y'all? How's our week's been?
Busy.
I know you've been a busy boy with work, Justin.
Man, they've been kicking my ass this week. A lot of filings were due, so, they had to count on your boy.
Hey, man, do your things.
They said you gonna work.
Yeah, right. Bro, I think Darren ran Tekken Tuesday for me, and I don't think I showed up until about like 8.
Damn.
And then I asked you to take over my Friday, and I don't think I left work until about 7. So.
Oh, was that a day you actually had to go in as well?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's why I was like, please and thank you.
Mm-hmm. He didn't do nothing no way, so it don't matter.
But he said he might not. So
this is true. Let's see what else. So, beat the Final Fantasy 16 DLC this week, the Rising Tide, and I told Justin about it, and Anton put it in the Discord I think last week too. But Leviathan got hands, bro. Good God, like, so I went into it a little bit last week, but Rising Tide DLC pretty much adds a new area to explore. As compared to the first DLC, Fallen Echoes, that one was more of just here's this dungeon area, big dungeon, couple boss fights, pretty quick in and out, single playthrough. But this one, yeah, more of an open area, gave you new spots to explore, a lot of different teleports, several different side quests to just kind of help you through all the side quests, build up the area of Mysidia that you go to, and kind of just learning about this extra part of the world that we like saw but didn't see.
Right.
Where is it?
So I'm pretty sure you know where it is, Cam. So you know if you're like off of where Sanbreque is, so like the Mother Crystal, that's like the main big one where the Empire is. And you see like some water or like a crystal off a coastline, you could see that it's over there.
Okay.
Yeah. And so
wait, did you finish? You finished 16, right?
No, not yet.
Oh,
I think the last update he gave us, he'd done the first Hugo fight.
Yeah.
He didn't even fight Titan yet, so.
Oh shit.
Yeah, he needs to get to that. But overall, DLC was fun. Enemies were high level because I'm on my New Game Plus, so everything's up to level 100 and all that. Enemies weren't bad, but Tonberries are terrifying in this game.
Tonberries are terrifying.
They're always terrifying, but the way that they kind of build them up, because they were like the kind of main, I'll say, enemy groups of the side quests for the most part. And so they gave a lot of lore specifically for Tonberries, and like we know how they're hateful little demons,
right.
So built that up a little bit more. And learning about Leviathan and why it was missing for so long. Good stories, built things up. Everything we all thought we knew or was predicting about Leviathan, completely wrong. Completely wrong. Like we were not anywhere close to it. But it was good. And then when you finally get to the actual Leviathan fight, Leviathan hurts, but the music is great. It was a fun fight. But yeah, if you get like hit by Leviathan 3 times, you're dead.
How many tries did it take you?
It took a while. There's no other fight in this game I've taken. I haven't taken this long in any fight throughout the entire game, both playthroughs.
Jeez.
Because it was specifically, I think I died maybe 1 or 2 times before you hit the DPS check for it. But once you hit that check where you just have to whittle down the bar before it does its attack, like you have to be super precise with everything you do. You have to use your shield, you have to use your beam and everything like that. As Siegfried, you have to make sure you're using the best combos you have, because if not, you will still have like this much of a chunk like when the countdown starts.
Oh god.
And so if it's not like within maybe 2 to 3 combos range, you're just dead. And the thing that sucks about it, you can't just hit like a restart from checkpoint. You have to watch you drown. You have to watch Tsunami just take you. And
who's Leviathan's dominant?
I can't tell you.
Oh yeah, Cam, you're definitely not.
Well, I'll just put it this way: the Leviathan's dominant is not in the main story at all. Like,
because we thought they were, right.
We thought that, like, so you know the medicine girl, Cam, like the little girl that be popping up randomly. We all thought, like, is that Leviathan? This random girl that has meant nothing to the story at all. We all thinking maybe it's her. Nope, not at all. Nope, not. It's entirely other, darker skinned people.
Got it.
Black folks in water.
What's the way I'll describe them? I'll describe them. We all watch House of Dragons, right? For Game of Thrones. You know the black clan with the silver hair. That's basically them over there.
Okay.
The people of the moats of water. Yeah. But when you learn who the dominant is and like kind of the situation behind it, it's like that sucks. That sucks for everybody involved here. Because Leviathan's been gone for pretty much this. I think they said 80 years. Like Leviathan has been gone. And so nobody's known where Leviathan went, who the dominant's been, why there hasn't been that reincarnation cycle of like, okay, on to the next one. And it explains all that.
And there's a reason for that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no.
But you get 2 new icon powers with it as well. Yeah, and I wish I had gotten the second one before doing the rest of this side quests. Because I'm just like, I don't know if I'll do any of this anymore. I've done everything else. But you get Leviathan and you get Ultima.
Shit.
Yeah. So it's
all right. Gotta go back.
Yeah, and I'm mad because once I knew that there was a second icon power. I was like, is it the thing I didn't go to after it told me about something? And as soon as I get there, you get the power, and I'm like, fuck. This is cool. This stuff's really, really cool, and I could have been using it to fight against a Tonberry King right now. God damn it! But
so is it done now? Like story feels like done.
It does. But there was also I think an interview with Koji Fox where they were talking about just like this is the second and final ... DLC for 16. And it's like Koji, don't do that, dog. What does that mean? So
they always dropping little hints.
We'll see. But as far as like, I like how they kind of weave in the DLCs to the main story, because even like in the DLC you see like there's clear blue skies and everything. Cam hasn't gotten to this point, but Justin, after a certain point, we don't see sky anymore.
Oh no, no.
Yeah, so it even explains why it's still sunny and bright in the DLC, all that too. So yeah. You get to see a nice blue sky and instead of just damp mugginess the rest of the game, but
just darkness.
Yes, but yes, DLC worth it. Play that game. Final Fantasy 16 is a great game. Shouts out once again to Ben Starr and all the glorious voice actors of that game because they do that.
Sir. They do that.
Yeah. And so, Justin.
Yes, sir.
Slay the Spire.
Slay the Spire. New favorite character. The Defect.
Before that, just explain why it's gotten your sunk its teeth into you, because this new roguelike, this new to us card-based roguelike, because we're just that now, it seems.
So Slay the Spire really caught me due to its combat system. Like, it is a card-based combat system, but every character has their own style of fighting. So like the main character you start off with, I can't remember his name. But his attributes,
sword guy.
Yeah, his attributes akin more to debuffing by making the character vulnerable or making the opponents vulnerable, which essentially makes his hits hit harder. So like his whole thing is he's trying to hit you as hard as possible. While the other character, I think it's the was it the knife? I'm bad with
poison knife,
right
yes.
Yeah, the poison knife. She's crazy because her main goal is to hit you with poison to the point where like it doesn't matter if you have armor or not. Like it's the poison still hits you through the armor.
And so the first one is the Ironclad, the second one's the Silence, and then the Defect is the third. I haven't gotten the fourth yet.
Oh, yeah. So you get the fourth when you beat it. When you excuse me, when you beat a run.
Okay.
So I wound up beating it with the Silence. Because she was essentially my favorite character at first. So I wound up beating it with her. And it was a hell of a run. Like I was doing a ton of damage at the very end of it all. So it was a really good run. And so basically how the combat and the map system works is You start off at essentially the bottom of a map that has
like branching paths.
A bunch of icons, a bunch of icons and a bunch of branching paths that lead to different things. So if you land on a monster phase, you fight a battle with a group of monsters or maybe one monster. If you land on a monster face with horns, that's essentially like a mini boss. And then if you land on a treasure chest, you get like an item or an artifact from that. And if you land on a question mark, you get a random.
Here's this D&D scenario. You've run across this ooze, and there's a relic inside of it. If you reach in, you'll lose 3 HP, but you have a 35% chance of getting the relic, and then you can keep going and just lowering your health. But it like gives random scenarios where it's like, oh, you come across this one random dude. Do you talk to him or you just leave? Like different scenarios.
Choose your adventure.
Exactly.
Basically. And that really gives a kind of a nice breath of fresh air from like the combat, because you never know what event you're gonna get. Now you like on your multiple runs you will get events that you've had before. But it's still kind of a random event that pops up, and so it'll either hinder you or help you on your way up. And then at the very top, there's a boss that you have to fight to get to the next floor, or the next chapter. And so there's 3 chapters. Obviously, with each chapter, the enemies get more difficult, but of course, you get more powerful. And I've settled on the defect. I really enjoy its playstyle. The playstyle is that the defect gets 3 slots at the beginning of its turn. And each slot can contain an orb. Now the orb can be a lightning orb, a plasma orb, an ice orb, or a dark orb. Now, you initially start off with just the lightning orbs, but here's the cool thing. So the lightning, whatever orb is in its 3 slots at the beginning, procs at the end of its turn. So if it's a lightning orb, it attacks it hits a random enemy for the amount of notches on the orb. So you always start off with 3 notches for lightning orbs. And so it'll hit for 3 points of damage to a random enemy at the end of your turn. And that doesn't even include the damage that you do like actually on your turn. Right. So it's a really cool playstyle that I've kind of fallen in love with, because you can actually extend the orb slots to where you have, I think at one point I've had like 7 or 9. And so if you have lightning orbs in all those slots, that's 3 times 9, that's 27 damage. And then they have a buff where you can make your lightning hit every character or every enemy. And so that's literally 27 damage to every enemy at the end of your turn, not even counting what you do like during your turn. So yeah, it's really a fun system that they've integrated into like this card system, and it's kind of got me. It
card games are cool.
Playing on the deck?
Huh?
Are you playing on the deck?
No, I'm playing on my PC. Okay. I don't know why I haven't played it on my Steam Deck. Oh, I don't know why. I didn't even. You know what? I'm not even. I do, like, cause bro, and the funny thing, last night I was up until 3 a.m. playing Slaves, because I was like, I can do one more run. You know, you get the
that itch.
You get that itch, yeah. And I was like, man, I wish I could play this in my bed.
Wow.
See, I got that on that physical copy on the Switch.
Trigger the scene from Toy Story. I don't want to play with you no more.
I don't want to play with you anymore.
Steam Deck is just
yeah, it's literally sitting there too, like it's sitting by my bedside. I just didn't even think of it. But yeah, Slay the Spire definitely has me. Which is crazy because it's been out for a while, right?
Yeah.
Because they recently announced Slay the Spire 2.
I think that's been the main reason on why we're like, okay, let's finally time to try it out. And yeah it's definitely something should have tried out long ago.
Yeah, it's really good.
Because when I was talking about it in the Discord, like the boys were saying, like when it showed up on PlayStation Plus Extra, that's when they had all hopped on and like, okay, yeah, this shit's good, and they were all like, yeah, the silent, yeah. But yes,
Yeah, the defect hit hard for me though.
Good game is good. Good game is good. Cam, did you wanted to go off about Fallout a little bit?
Just a bit. So I started the Fallout TV show yesterday, and it's really good. I am willing to go as far as saying it's probably one of the best video game adaptations that I've seen personally. I'm enjoying it probably more so than I enjoyed The Last of Us. You know, I had certain things to say about that show.
Yes, you did.
As much as I enjoyed it, I enjoyed The Last of Us, right? But I also think that it's slightly different because I don't have as much of a connection to the Fallout franchise as I did for The Last of Us, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like I had a moment in time where yes, I was like really on Fallout 3, but in terms of the franchise as a whole, I don't have that big of a connection.
Yeah.
But also just like as a standalone experience, so even if you haven't experienced the games, like Yvette has never played a Fallout game and will never play a Fallout game, right?
Mm-hmm.
But she really enjoyed the show too. So I just think it's a lot of stuff done well. It's gory, as you might expect. It's funny at parts. They've really like captured this sense that the vault dwellers are just these like completely ignorant, fucking happy-go-lucky people who don't know anything, and the main character sort of captures this well of when she first gets out into the world, how just ignorant to everything she is, and sort of her journey, how she comes to terms with like how things actually are.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's a good show. They a few of the episodes, some of the songs that I've played, I've been like, oh, I remember this song. Like I remember the song, I don't want to set the world on fire. Like I remember that playing like when you first get out of the vault, I want to say in Fallout 3, and that shit is like stuck with me all of these years, like just because it sets this like really like almost like unsettling like vibe as you're like first like venturing out onto the wasteland.
Yeah.
And so they played that. The rad roaches make an appearance.
Oh god.
Oh god. That sounds horrible.
Yeah, the rad roaches are there. I can't remember the name, but you know the slow down time mechanic that they have in Fallout.
Yeah.
That I think it's called the VAT system. That makes an appearance, sort of. I mean, not in the exact same way, but they slow down time several ways and show bullets going through multiple enemies and stuff. So it was a good callback.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, super good callback to the show. One of the ghouls, there's a ghoul that's like a main character. So
I hear everybody loves him.
He's great. He's excellent. Excellent. Sure. He's one of my favorite parts of the show. The shit that he's been through to get to be the person that he is. He's just like a really deep character that comes off as sort of like one note and aggressive at first, but when you realize like his connection to the early world, like prior to the bomb and shit going off, and just realize what he's gone through, you kind of get him as a character more. But yeah, it's good, man. It's really good. It's a faithful adaptation to the show. I think like it adds to the Fallout universe more. It gives extra context that perhaps like some of the games like didn't quite touch on, such as like life in the vaults, right? Like you don't really, because you set up your character and then it's like, peace, I'm out.
You're like, all right, you're outside the vault and now survive.
Right.
They actually like really like go in depth about like what life in the vaults is like, what life in the different vaults is like, what the 3 vault system is like, or like why there are 3 vaults, like tied together and what each one functions as and all of this stuff. So it's not just about the wasteland, it's about all parts of this like post-apocalyptic world, how these different parts of the world feel about each other, like how the surface dwellers feel about the vault dwellers and how the vault dwellers feel about the surface dwellers, and like everything. It's just good, man. It's good TV, and it's good video game TV as well.
That's dope.
Nice.
Pretty-ish.
Sounds exciting.
Yeah, I need to hop on it.
I think you'll all like it. Even Justin, as someone who don't like live action shit, nothing that's not animated, I think you enjoy it. The pacing is good. It's an enjoyable watch for sure.
I'll peep it.
He won't.
Strong actors as well. The one dude, he kind of looks like Denzel Washington. I had to like research to see if Denzel Washington has kids and if they act, because I was like, this dude like looks like him, and even his like facial expressions and his mannerisms, but it's not. and the girl kind of looks a bit like what's her name, Mila Kunis.
Mm-hmm.
She kind of looks like her.
Oh,
It's not
okay.
her, and they're not related, but she kinda looks like her.
It's not at all, but you know.
You know, I checked, but
Yeah, I definitely checked, but
I see what you mean though.
right.
Just I get like on the meeting glass, I'm like, I see it. I see what you mean.
Oh
Bit.
man, yeah, I didn't expect to enjoy it as much as I am, to be honest. I just figured like, oh, this is gonna be like another like, this is cool. It's like I played Fallout, so like, you know, there's gonna be some cool callbacks and I'll enjoy it. But no, like it's really good.
Bit.
this is dope.
No, you played the which Fallout did you play?
3.
3, and you enjoyed it.
Yeah, I really enjoyed 3. Like really enjoyed it.
What was the thing that caught you about it?
This sense of like venturing into the unknown and figuring shit out yourself. It definitely very much felt like you are the vault dweller, like, and you don't know anything, right? There's no real hand holding, there's no like necessarily like go in this direction. You're figuring out for the first time through the eyes of this vault dweller, right? Like what this post-apocalyptic world is like. And so like stumbling into like these factions and like I remember one time like just from exploring, right, just looking around, stumbling across this faction of people that were kind of like vampires, and like how they came to be, and I was like, oh, this is cool. Like I never would have found them unless I just happened to be walking around, right? Or just like random parts of the old world that you'll stumble across, and it's like, what is this thing doing in this specific area? And then you like read into the lore a little bit and figure out like, oh damn, like that's really interesting. And yeah,
Everything you're describing is what makes Starfield seem so disappointing. Because everything you're describing is what people like about Bethesda games. Like, I've never gotten into Fallout. Skyrim I was in for a decent amount, and when I was in it, I like everything you're describing. That's what I had in Skyrim. It just you were on this cart, and then a dragon attacked, and now it's like, okay, now I gotta figure things out to survive. And you go along, you start finding out about different factions, different ruling parties. As soon as you said vampires, I was just like, I got turned into a vampire in Skyrim too. And then I realized there was a pack of werewolves, and I was just like, how do I revert? How do I revert? I want to become one of them. I can't walk in the sun because everybody's looking at me like, hey, is you one of them? But that's that's the cool part about Bethesda games, is that it is a world for you to discover, and kind of like you are just literally a nobody. And it's the same thing. Like that's what the appeal of 14 is, as far as the story goes. Initially, like you're just this random adventure, and then you start meeting different parties, different factions, and start becoming a character that's like known throughout. So
become a warrior of light.
Mm-hmm.
And then a warrior of darkness.
Starfield is like, yeah, go to a bunch of different planets. What's on those planets? You know, not all planets will have stuff on them. That's not fun.
I mean, you said not all, but there's a difference between not all and like
A few.
like 7.
A handful.
Oh yeah, only a few.
I feel hoed.
I feel old. See, we need to get back to those. But it's like we know how Bethesda works at this point now. Starfield it's there, it's whatever. So Skyrim, or not Skyrim, Elder Scrolls 6 will have to be that real one to be like, hey guys, we can still do it.
Mm-hmm.
Do any of you play like Elder Scrolls or Skyrim anymore? Like any of those?
I've never played any of those, to be honest.
Yeah, I haven't played Skyrim, but like my uncle is like a devout player for it.
Justin, you'd be really into it.
You think so?
Absolutely. That's why I'm surprised when you said that you hadn't played. I'm like, really?
Oh.
It seems your exact shit. I'm like,
those kind of games though, they will like grab you by the balls, bro. Like I told you with Fallout 3, like it was a problem. Like I like got like really into it.
I forgot what part of the main story I was in because I remember the main part of the story I was on. I started doing some side shit. 20 hours later, I was somewhere else completely. Everything about what my character did was different. And then I thought about it. I was like, I don't remember what I was actually doing. Yeah. I'm just been on these 3 other different side quests that have led me to many different places.
Yep. And it's almost like I haven't played Skyrim, but at least in Fallout, like the side quests, like almost feel like as important as like the main quest. It's like I can't even really distinguish anymore. Like
yeah, exactly. That was my thing. I'm like, I think it had I talked to this old ass dragon on this mountain, and then like I said, I became a vampire, and then reverted back, became a werewolf, went this way. I'm part of this faction. I can't go back to this town because I slapped a chicken, and the townsfolk don't fuck with me no more because of that.
You slapped a chicken.
Mm-hmm. I went down to this dungeon. I got my sneak went up really high, and so now I'm less detected. My blacksmithing's up. I can't lockpick as good as I should. Like there's so many different things that like as you play through the game, your playstyle will change, and you'll discover different worlds in these games that you're like, I could be on the main storyline, and all that stuff is cool. Like all that stuff is building towards this initial story, but there's 3 other storylines that I'm a part of now that were just there on a random chance of me talking to this random somebody.
Right.
And there's so many different things like that can happen in Elder Scrolls, Fallout. That's why like the Outer Wilds was good. When that was going, like even the little bit I played of that, I was like, this is good. This is a good time. I could see myself getting into this if I had the time to do so, and I probably won't go back to play it. But that's besides the point. But yeah, Justin.
Fallout 4 now, right? Didn't it just get a PS5 makeover?
It did. Mm-hmm. So I'm just like, I know I won't play Fallout so much, but it's just one of those, like, probably when the next one comes out, I might fall into the hype or whatever, but it's always, the worlds are there to explore, for sure.
That's the Elder Scrolls, right? Skyrim?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, like I said, my uncle plays a shit ton of this, but I just never got into it. I don't know why.
And your uncle plays Fallout too.
Yeah. He loves
Bethesda.
When we were over there last time, that's what he was playing. Fallout 3. I was like, ooh.
Yeah.
These fools could like really write a book of building lived-in worlds. I think they're just like so good at it, like building a world that's like lived in, and that world is gonna exist whether or not you're fucking there or not.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you can influence it, sure, but like they're gonna do their own thing.
Yeah.
That's genuinely how it feels.
Mm-hmm.
That's sick.
All right, and before moving on to topics, anything for you, Deontay? You've been watching any more of that good anime?
I've just been on the same stuff I've been talking about. I just watched episode 12 of Ninja Kamui before we hopped onto the podcast. And
what's that, 12 now?
Yeah, it's 12, and it looks like episode 13 might be the final.
Oh,
the way it's popping 13. Off, man. Right?
The magic number.
So
or a depressing one.
That shit is yeah. Loving that. I've been watching Kaiju number 8. I don't know if you noticed. You probably did notice since you set your picture already. But now Crunchyroll is allowing different profiles, so I don't have to step on Darren's toes anymore.
Yes, I saw that. Yes, appreciate
All
it.
right, Cam,
do
it. Do it, you bastard. I'm tired of not knowing what fucking episode I'm on.
Yes, I saw the profiles. I was like, nice.
Yeah, so when I logged on, I saw the profiles. I immediately knew what to do. And my whole thing was just going back and looking up the shows that I'm actually watching. And then I had to, of course, manually find it because they try to start you off on the episode 1s of everything.
It's the same thing. I looked on my profile and I was just like, episode 101. I was like, ah, fuck, all right.
time to put in some work.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, did Ninja Kamui take a dip? I keep seeing shit on TikTok of people being like something about the show let them down and how it started off fire, and I've seen like multiple videos on TikTok. Was there some kind of episode or a few episodes?
This most recent episode just didn't have the hands that every other episode did, but when you go in at a fucking 11 at every episode,
right?
I feel that.
You need a little time for exposition.
That's fair. They can't all be bangers.
Right.
We got to get an 8 out of the 11 here and there.
I even liked this episode. It was trying to explain something that happened.
Okay.
And set up for the big finale. The last episode, not this most recent one, but the last episode, of course, I feel like every episode so far, except for this last episode, this most recent episode, has had a moment that has made me pause and rewind at least twice.
Damn.
And it's one of those types. So I'm really enjoying it. I will forever sing its praises. It's still #1 on my anime list this year. Nice. I'm also watching Kaiju #8. That's fun.
I've still only watched the first episode of it so far.
It's only like 3 episodes in.
Yeah.
So, that's fun. Nice. I saw some friends of mine. I didn't even watch the video, but I saw them posing the question, is the best anime of the year? And I say no, but I'm already biased. And then
anime fans are so funny. 3 episodes in. Best anime of the year? Calm down.
Relax.
Calm down.
Hey, I was calling Solo Leveling from its inception. So.
Yeah, I mean, before the anime came out, you're all like, best anime of the year.
Yep.
I'm like, wrong, calm down.
And then you're all like, man, just wait till season 2. But Go-Go Loser Ranger. I'm also watching Go-Go Loser Ranger. And
I heard that's really good too.
That's good. That's fun. It's a nice, underdog story. There's definitely more at play than what the synopsis gives. So that's fun to see. But damn, I'm gonna need my guy to have a power up because he really is just a minion out here.
Oh, not the minion.
Like, just think about how minions get handled.
That's underpowered fucking MC. Justin gonna run in the opposite direction, bro.
I mean, that's the whole plot. He's a minion, bro. Like,
hey, only until he gets buffed, and then I'll be right back in there.
That man. Yeah, he's going through it.
Justin said, call me after the time skip.
Call me after. But yeah, it's been good so far. That, and of course the wrestling anime that I'll never give up. Actual wrestling. Because wrestling is anime. It just is.
It's live action anime.
It's live action anime, but it's anime nonetheless. And it's finally getting good. We've been sticking through the gross years, the sticky years.
Not the gross sticky years.
We're getting rewarded.
I'll double down on what I said in chat the other day. This nigga Solo did not talk, bro, for like barely talked for like a whole year and a half, however long it has been. He didn't really say much. And then now he starts talking and he's so good. He's so good. I'm like, how? I'm gonna take my glasses off. How are you this good?
He was taking classes, my guy.
I was gonna say exactly that. That whole time he wasn't talking, they were training him.
He was in PR.
You know who runs promo courses?
Who?
David Arquette.
Really?
Yeah, David Arquette has a school where he teaches wrestlers how to talk on the mic. It is perfect.
Damn. Yeah, I didn't know that.
Freddie Prinze Jr. is in that work as well. That's man. Shaggy. Not Shaggy, but Fred. But that's Shaggy. Sorry.
So good, bro. So good. Him and Tomatonga. Oh man. So good.
I just can't wait until they let Tama talk. This is one of those. I feel like a manga reader, right? Because we're watching this anime and a new character has come in. There's a whole bunch of people who are just learning about this character, but I have manga knowledge. I know he's gonna pop off. Like, I know what he does. I'm just waiting for them to pull the trigger.
It's especially funny that you say that because, you know, Japan.
Yeah, right. That's exactly where he's been. He's been to Japan. But yeah, I understood. This is like Darren watching me talk about One Piece. Oh, and he's just over here like,
I know what the bridge is for now. We get knowledge, brother. Speaking of that.
Gosh, we had a moment in talking about One Piece and these new little children characters that popped up, and I was trying to figure. I was all like, oh my gosh, I wonder who the rest of them are. And he looked at me and he said, "You already know who the rest of them are." And I was all like, "Oh."
You have that answer already, brother. If you think about it, you will realize.
My man's got knowledge.
Mm-hmm. Have we seen them do shit? No, but you know who they are.
Man, I know who they are. Yeah,
that part.
I'm waiting.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, next episode. Ooh.
Ooh, I can't wait. Look, we're still on this fucking anime tangent right now. One Piece. What happened in the animation department? Were there bonuses?
Bro, I don't know what Toei's doing, but they like, you know what? All the money we've been saving for the past 15 years of the anime, it's time. It's time to use all that budget that we saved and dropping it right here, right now. We get into in-game, we using all that budget to show that One Piece is the GOAT!
What show got cannibalized so that One Piece could look this good?
One Piece! One Piece got cannibalized so One Piece can look this good.
It ate itself?
Yes! It suffered for so long so that it could finally be good. It suffered for years. Years so that this can happen.
Field's character.
Shit, even Dragon Ball was not that great. It had great episodes, but as a whole, Super was not good.
Bro.
And now we have Daima coming out, and we're like,
somebody who was watching Super as the episodes were coming out, I can tell you it was very clear that the episodes were being alternated between two studios. One episode will look amazing. The next episode will look like ass. And it was in order for like a long time through the entire Resurrection Frieza arc.
Oh, whoa. The first two arcs were just bad.
No, those were bad, but no, they had moments. That's when you can tell it was a trade-off between two companies. Then they went into the tournament arc, and you got a little bit of consecutive bad. And then it's like they were holding this other company over here. They're like, okay, you guys.
All right, and Ultra Instinct. Now.
You guys, yeah, we're going to let this other company flourish. You guys work on this. Trust me. They're going to talk shit, but have your B team rework these episodes later.
UI Goku on screen, it's got to be perfect. Got to be perfect. And every time UI show up, the budget skyrockets.
This is where all the money went.
Didn't they? I feel like I saw something on I think it was either Instagram or TikTok where they said that there was a like an artistic discrepancy between like original Super, and then I think they're doing like another version of it, and so there was like a visual discrepancy of like how Goku looked versus how like he looked in like the second version.
Yeah, there was that.
Well, there's always edits and stuff like that for Blu-rays and everything too.
It was an issue of just bad drawings.
Yeah,
like you would freeze a frame. And
they were meme
worthy frames.
They were not good. They was not good for. The majority of Super was not good. Like as far as as a animation production,
it was specifically when it came to the fight scenes.
Mm-hmm. And then they like when the Goku Black arc started, like when the season started, everybody's like, "Oh, okay, we in it now." And then they're like, "No, just kidding."
If you try to go back and find those shitty episodes now, it's hard because they had the studio that was more well funded. They had them go back and redo the animation from these other episodes.
The Blu-ray edits, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because the initial like week to week, like those will come out and they'll be shit.
The week to weeks,
and then once they release the home versions, that's the cleaned up versions where it's just like
the dub versions were all cleaned up as well.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay.
So whenever you buy the Blu-rays, like those are the like finalized versions of episodes.
Right.
So like that's like for JJK with the Maharaga Sukuna fight, like that's why that version's longer because that's the more that was the non-clutching of production.
Oh, so I had seen that there was more to it, but
yeah, that was with the Blu-ray release. Yeah.
Ah, that's kind of cool.
I know, I showed it to you.
Oh yeah.
That's when we was in Boston.
Yeah. I was like, yo, what the fuck? And I didn't know that was actually legit, though. I thought it was like something they did on the side.
Somewhere?
Huh?
This
clip is available, like the longer scene? Oh, I'm going to have to look at that. I don't think I've seen
it. Hey, it's nasty, dog.
That extended fight is crazy.
Yeah, that extended fight is crazy, dude. Jesus.
My Hero starts back next week as well, right?
I think so. I think I saw a trailer for it.
Bro,
ooh, My Hero's so good right now. Oh,
bro, I have not caught up on My Hero at all.
Everything's about to end, bro. Like JJK, you could tell is about to end. My Hero for sure is about to end.
Oh yeah, JJK.
Stop it. We'll talk later. We'll talk later. We will not discuss anything about that right now. But yeah, stuff is definitely coming to a close. I need to catch back up on Sakamoto Days too. I dropped that.
Plot armor.
Wait, when does Bleach come back? I just realized.
Ooh, that's a good question.
I think it's later on this year.
Where did they end it at?
I honestly didn't watch this past season.
I didn't either. I haven't watched honestly mostly anything about Bleach. I want to wait until it's completely done and then I'm gonna binge it.
Like I know Ruki has already used her Bankai and shit.
Didn't it end up with the paintbrush nigga fighting fighting he whose name cannot be said?
No, he whose name could not be pronounced.
Whatever.
I want to say that.
I want to say so too, yeah. Because I feel like it was like that cold moment. He's just like, "Oh, you think that you strong?"
Yep.
Bro, that fight went nuts.
Dirty.
Yeah.
All that good anime.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's hop on to topics of the day. So, like I said, last week we talked about Embracer and how they selling stuff off with the Gearbox sell and everything like that. And later on that night at like 10:30 p.m. that night for us, Embracer is splitting into 3 companies. So splitting into
Trifecta.
So the Asmodee Group, Coffee Stain and Friends, and Middle Earth Enterprises and Friends. And what these companies, those sub companies. So Middle Earth Enterprises and Friends includes, so that's Crystal Dynamics, Dambuster Studios, Eidos Montreal, Flying Wild Hog Studios, Tripwire, Vertigo Games, Warhorse Games, and IPs including Dead Island, Killing Floor, Kingdom Come Deliverance, The Lord of the Rings, Metro, the Tomb Raider, and among many others. And this includes groups like PlayOn, Freemo, Dark Horse, and other businesses.
Oh, PlayOn. We know them.
Yes. So this is under the Middle Earth part. And then Coffee Stain and Friends, that contains Coffee Stain, Ghost Ship, Tarsier, Tuxedo Labs, THQ Nordic, Amplifier Game Invest. And this is IPs including Deep Rock Galactic, Goat Simulator, Satisfactory, Wreckfest, Teardown, Valheim, as well as more than 200 other IPs. Free-to-play operations will include Easy Brain, Deca, Crazy Labs, and Embracer owns so much, bro. This is dumb.
They bit off more than they could chew, but we kind of called that.
We did. We've been talking about it consistently, but it's like when you break down everything that they owned. Let's see. This is also including Sudoku.com, Jigsaw Puzzles, Blockdoku, and other IPs. Key published free-to-play games based on licensed IPs, including Star Trek Online and D&D Neverwinter Online. I also forgot that includes 4A games, so Metro in Middle-earth. And it says, for people asking about Limited Run, they were under free mode, which is under Middle-earth.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so Limited Run is in that category, too.
Hey, who put that edit if it was like Embracer Group, the 3 houses? Who did that?
Embracer 3 houses. I think I just saw a random meme on Twitter or something like that.
I was like, who did that? Like, that was...
unrivaled.
And so, a quick blurb from Embracer website. Embracer Group announces its intention to transform to 3 standalone publicly listed entities at NASDAQ Stockholm.
Oh, I'm copping those, though, by the way. They said 3. I was like, bad.
Let's see. Inside information. The board of directors of Embracer today announced the transformative step for value creation through a separation of the group into 3 market-leading games and entertainment companies. Asmodee, Coffee Stain and Friends, and Middle-earth and Friends. The 3 entities will be separate, publicly listed companies, enabling each entity to better focus on their representative core strategies and offer more differentiated and distinct equity stories for existing and new shareholders. This will enable the entities to unlock value in their high-quality assets of Embracer Group following the successful completion of the restructuring program. Let's see. Key process components. Shares of Asmodee and Coffee Stain and Friends are intended to be distributed as a dividend to the shareholders of Embracer Group and listed as NASDAQ Stockholm in accordance with the LEX ASEA rules. Middle-earth and Friends is intended to remain within the current listed company as Embracer Group, which will be subsequently be renamed. So, yeah, like we said, bit off more than the chew can chew. And I wonder how all this is going to pan out at the end for them. I just hope that all these little independent studios that they own aren't ravaged even more because of this.
Right.
And now it's just a matter of to see how quickly stuff is going to be sold off even more. But the Embracer saga continuously goes on, so we'll see where that goes in the future.
Man, what a moment to live through, man. Watching them buy it all, now watching them sell it all.
Sell it all, break apart, all of that. Moving on. So Activision Blizzard. So BlizzCon. Blizzard has announced that they've made the decision not to hold BlizzCon in 2024.
These folks cannot catch a break, huh?
Nope.
Yep. So, the statement from Blizzard: after careful consideration over the last year, we at Blizzard have made the decision not to hold BlizzCon in 2024. This decision was not made lightly, as BlizzCon remains a very special event for all of us, and we know many of you look forward to it. While we're approaching this year differently, and as we explore different event formats in the past, rest assured that we are just as excited as ever to bring BlizzCon back in future years. Over the next few months, we'll be sharing more details about our launches coming later this year, including World of Warcraft, The War Within, and Diablo 4's first expansion, Vessel of Hatred. I don't even remember that being announced. Don't remember that being announced at all.
I don't either.
To celebrate these upcoming releases and to bring our communities together in a new and special way, we will soon share exciting plans for other industry trade shows and conventions like Gamescom. We can't wait to tell you more about our plans for those soon. We're also looking forward to Overwatch Champion Series stops at the DreamHack Dallas and DreamHack Stockholm. And we're thrilled to be planning multiple global in-person events to commemorate the 30th anniversary of Warcraft. Crazy. Oh, God.
That's crazy. 30 years.
Which will be held in addition to the in-game celebrations across our Warcraft games throughout 2024. While these events are distinct from BlizzCon, We're harnessing all our creativity and imagination to ensure that they carry the same spirit of celebration and togetherness. Our hopes is that these experiences, alongside several live-streamed industry events, were well to keep up the dates with what's happening in our game universes. We'll capture the essence of what makes Blizzard community so special. No matter how you choose to connect with us at these events this year, whether it be in person or virtually, we can't wait to see you there. I mean, there was no reason for them to hold a BlizzCon, let's be fair.
They didn't have anything else.
Overwatch, like, they don't have Overwatch League anymore. Everything they're doing with Overwatch is rather lackluster and or disappointing. The hardcores, I think it's anybody who is a Blizzard hardcore have reasons to be like excited, but also they don't have enough that a fan fest would be necessary.
Right, essentially, yeah. I see what you're saying.
Because like those are the three basic pillars of Blizzard at this point now. It's Overwatch, Warcraft kinda when they do have stuff, and Diablo. And all those, yeah, can definitely be announced at a state of play and Xbox Direct.
Right.
Like, we'll have a trailer for Warcraft or whatever. And anybody who's in Warcraft, they're in it. You know, that's their shit. But, yeah, I think this was a smart play for them. Just save that money. So.
Hopefully invested in, like, your peoples.
Yeah. Granted, to be fair, we haven't heard anything good about Blizzard in a cool while, but it's been a minute since we've heard anything bad now.
That's true.
You know what? It's been since Microsoft bought them.
I was just about to say, what would you consider to be a minute? Because when was the Microsoft acquisition? How many months ago was that?
Officially, probably. Was that this year, or was it finally like mid last year? I don't even know now. Time's an illusion to me.
Yeah, bro, not at all.
Like when it actually officially went through, because I know that there was
a lot of complications in Hard Ike,
right,
and blocks across different countries.
But I think it was last year. I want to say it was last year.
Let me look up when this official deal went through.
Man, I'm just sick of business bigwigs fucking up the gaming industry.
Like, absolutely.
I get it. It became, and this is what happens with any industry once big numbers start pouring into there. People who couldn't care about it otherwise and just see it as another avenue to make money come in, and they do just that, right? They play their games of wins and losses, and they're not bothering to look down and see how, or maybe they do look down and just don't give a damn, see how they're affecting not just the market, but the culture of the business they've gotten into, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, even on some level, yeah, it is numbers. It's money. It's numbers to be pushed around. Their businesses to be bought, sold, created, some fall, shit like that. But at the end of the day, these are people's lives, just like any other form of work or anything. These are livelihoods. These are careers. These are the way that people feed their families. And as far as the things they create, these are things that people on the base level really value. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
In the same way that culture has led everyone to value books and reading, you know, this would be like an assault on authors in a way, by way of corporation. So
Stairs and Embracer.
It's really disheartening whenever we hear just honestly anything about Embracer these days, or other companies like this who are just treating the thing we love so much just like pieces on a chessboard, you know.
Mm-hmm. What was it? Maybe 2 years ago Microsoft officially got them as of October of last year. But when they first announced it back in 2022, like you remember back then, I was still like, let them buy them, do it. But then with that deal, like countless other companies have been acquiring everything else under the sun, and I was like, okay, stop it, stop it, because this is no longer good for anybody.
Right.
Because within this past 2 years, how many layoffs have gone down, like since their initial intent back in 2022? So it's like, granted, it's not all Microsoft's fault, but Embracer doing its thing, Sony buying anime, fucking all these different streaming services buying one another and just becoming one large entity within itself. It's like, okay, the competition's no longer there anymore. Now it's just owning and trying to keep that mind share of customers, but it's not making anybody want to be there anymore, because it's like, stop. We've seen how much streaming services have gone up over the years. Like Netflix is stupid now.
Right.
Like I complained about the other week, Disney doesn't have a free tier anymore at all. It doesn't have, there's no trial. It's like, you just better get it.
Right.
You want the stuff, just pay for it. That's all. That's your option now.
Well, there is another option.
There is. You right. And
yo.
Anyway, yes, but we're grown. We want to support stuff, but at the same time, it's making it real hard to support stuff when
Right.
everything under the sun is.
I mean, essentially, it was streaming services cost less than cable, which is why it made sense. But now it's getting to the point where stream services cost as much as cable, so it's no longer making sense.
Yep.
I wonder if we'll ever get like a stream pass, right? That gives you access to like multiple different streaming services.
Cable?
So cable?
That's what it would be at that point, right? We're going backwards, but
I think we had this exact same conversation last week. It's called cable.
We did.
If there was a stream pass that could give you access to all the streaming services that we currently have, what would you pay for that? What's the max that you would pay for something like that for it to be worth it for you?
Is this monthly?
$80?
Monthly, yeah.
Yeah, $80.
80 a month?
Yeah, I'll pay $80.
I was gonna say like 50, 60.
50, 60 tops
for all of them.
It wouldn't, like, it would be. The idea is like, how many are there? How many are you willing to pay for?
And how many do you pay for already?
Right.
And
like,
isn't Netflix like $50 almost by itself?
Netflix is like, I think the highest is like
21,
22.
Yeah, it's like 20 something.
Oh, okay.
But it's like, how much are they charging? And you have to make it a deal, otherwise people are just gonna cherry pick it anyway.
Right.
You have to, make it like, if you're bundling and only saving $10, chances are there's a couple of things in that bundle you aren't watching anyway. Right. So you have to make it appealing to people to where they're okay with having those mountains of channels they aren't watching and are just paying for anyway.
Cable.
Literally.
A cable just sitting in the back waiting, like, our time's coming back.
Just like, you thought you got rid of me, but I am inevitable. Just collected some Thanos with the Infinity Stones. You thought you had them all, but it all led you back to me.
Yeah.
We're gonna start getting those Xfinity pamphlets in our mailbox again, and Direct TV and all of that.
Yeah. I am inevitable.
Right.
Don't you put a dish on the side of my house, damn it.
And so, speaking of inevitable, Nintendo is always inevitable. So,
Nintendo are a trip, bro.
So,
if this is what I think it is, Nintendo are an absolute trip.
So, Nintendo stuff on Steam Workshop. So this is talking about Gary's Mod. So, Gary's Mod, for those who don't know, it has been around damn near forever on Steam, where people just in open source just do whatever they want and make random shit happen. So for Gary's Mod, Nintendo stuff on Steam Workshop, we're working on removing all Nintendo related stuff from Steam Workshop. Some of you have so this is on the news blurb for Gary's Mod on Steam. Some of you have noticed that certain Nintendo-related workshop items have been recently taken down. This is not a mistake. The takedowns come from Nintendo. Honestly, this is fair enough. This is Nintendo's content, and what they allow and don't allow is up to them. They don't want you playing with this stuff in Gary's Mod. That's their decision. We have to respect that and take down as much as we can. This is an ongoing process. We are, as we have 20 years worth of uploads to go through. And if you want to help us by deleting your Nintendo related uploads and never uploading them again, that would help us a lot. That would help us a lot.
No. So what is this Gary's Mod exactly?
So Gary's Mod, if like you remember like old school machinimas where it was just a lot of the stuff had to do, like you would see stuff from like Team Fortress assets, Half-Life assets, where it's just random shit like just happening. Like people were just able to create stuff using different assets. And so a lot of people would do that for Nintendo stuff. For like Sonic, they would, like I said, Half-Life, Team Fortress, just make their own. I'll say it's kind of close to when you think of Red versus Blue. And how people make their own like little content using those different assets.
Entire Dorkly YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Got it.
And then so people were asking if this was legit, and Gary has been assured that takedowns were verified by Nintendo as legit. So it's just once again Nintendo being Nintendo and just saying no, we can't. We don't want you using our shit.
Yeah.
That's not in the way that our shit was supposed to be used.
I mean, it's theirs. Unfortunately, it is their stuff. So.
It is. And I think also there was recently an interview done with Mr. Mustard himself, formerly of Fortnite and Epic Games, where he shed some light on different collabs for Fortnite, and explaining that I guess a Samus was going to be a skin in Fortnite, but Nintendo said that it would if you put Samus in there, it's only on Nintendo. Like you couldn't use the Samus skin on anything else, and I guess Epic wasn't okay with that, so they just never did it.
But
Nintendo is so funny. Bro.
They wild, bro.
It's like it really is laughable when you like consider some of the shit that they do, and I get it, like from a business perspective,
they own it,
like,
so
yeah, it's up to them, but still, it's like, fuck. They don't want to play with nobody. And
that's the biggest thing. Nintendo doesn't want anybody to play with their stuff the way it is not intended to play. Which at the end of the day, it's like, I get it, but it's so detrimental to your own community.
I don't think it is, though.
But so I'll put it for example, and it always comes back to Smash Brothers. Like, when it comes to like any of the Melee tournaments that go on, and they're like, no! Why?
Oh yeah, that.
Why?
Well, yeah, that I get though. Like that I get, but that's not a copyright thing. Like that's like a.
But that's my point though. It has to do with their shit, and that's the base. That's the base of this thing. If it is Nintendo anything and they're not a part of it, fuck you.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing. Especially when I bring up Melee, I'll bring up Brawl. Why? They're not doing anything. These games are 20 years old. Why are you so protective and not letting people just play it? Even if it is them modding it to play online and stuff like that, it's like, this is a game from GameCube.
Yeah, like you're not even making money on it anymore.
There's literally nothing for you to game. You don't sell the game anymore. The game sells for hundreds of dollars because it's not produced anymore and people still love it. Yeah. What are they gaining from saying no? Like, the only thing them letting stuff go is people will still see Melee. People will go, I want this, or let me pick up the new one. Like, I don't know. There's so many different ways that having their stuff out there can open the door. Like, I'll put, like, the Samus thing alone. Put Samus in Fortnite. Who's Samus? Oh, Metroid? Oh, let me play a Metroid game. Oh, this new one, Metroid Dread, came out recently. Oh, the Nintendo Online is this and has these other... Like, it's advertising their IP.
Yeah.
So regardless if it's only like, do I think it's not fair? I think it's fair of them to say that Samus should only stay on Switch. No, I don't think that's not fair of them to ask. But it's also like, what if people don't play Fortnite on their fucking Switch? But people know about Samus or have an inkling of what Samus is, they're going to play on PlayStation, PC, Xbox, whatever. Anything that's more powerful than a Switch. I'll put it that way. Anything that's not children playing playing Fortnite would see that character and more than likely have the disposable income if they do have a Switch of, oh, you know what? I never mess with Metroid. Let me spend some money on Metroid.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, it's limiting them. I don't know.
I get it, but I don't think they care. I think they're too big. I think they're too big to care.
Yeah, they don't
like
need
they're
it.
too big to care. Like they don't
I can't
need
even say they're
additional
too big
advertising.
I think they're just too stubborn too. And
it's pride.
That's
bro. Nintendo is a household name, dog. They don't need the extra publicity. Like it is literally a household name.
I don't think they're. Once again, I don't think they're too big to care because they are equal to bigger companies who are playing this game, right? They are cooperating in some sense, and it is just a very old school nature that this specific company is holding on to. This very old school traditional mindset that in the greater scheme of business is kind of being phased out. Not entirely, because protecting your IP will never go away. It's always very important to protect your IP. But to the extent in which Nintendo does it, we're now to the point where it's different, right? Back in the day,
like even just a few years ago, this was PlayStation. PlayStation didn't want to play ball. No, we don't want crossplay because we don't want our communities mixing and we want to protect our community. Shut up. Nah. That was a bullshit reason. But now we have crossplay. Now all these different companies can play together as they should. I think it was the same thing like when the Kratos skin came out. I don't think PlayStation wanted to play ball and put it on Xbox. But it's also like, whatever. Just, yeah, that's a character on a different thing. But whatever, we're all playing the same game. It is what it is.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I agree with Deontay. I'm like, Nintendo's big. Like, they are the big end. Like, I get it. But also, it's just so limiting as a fucking business, bro.
I mean, it is.
It's so limiting.
I think it would matter maybe at the very beginning of their rise. Like, but now, I don't think it matters. At least not to them.
I will say that this actually wasn't even the Nintendo story that I was thinking you were going to say.
Really? What else happened?
So, like, as you guys know, like, the Switch has been out for a very
7
long
years
time now. Yep, very long time.
7 years now, yes.
And in that time, people have started to sort of, like, get into the inner workings of the Switch and see what's going on. Taki Udon is a page that I follow on YouTube. Recently put out a video. He did one analyzing the Nintendo Switch Lite in 2024, and then another one talking about gaming in general on the Switch. And so how he frames his video is he starts off showing emulation on the Switch, regular emulation, different systems, then starts upscaling the games, so showing them running at ×4, ×6, ×8, ×10 on the Switch, right? And then what he's able to demonstrate through this is first he demonstrates that there is a setting that you can go on the Switch to you know how in handheld mode you're sort of locked at 720, right? And then docked mode 1080. Well, there's a setting that you can trigger so that doesn't happen anymore, right? So that you're locked in 1080 in handheld mode, right? Runs flawlessly. Then is able to show these games like PS3 games running at 4K resolution on the Switch, right? Impressive already, right? Very impressive, right? And this is not doing nothing to the Switch, right? Not doing nothing to it, just unlocking the the
settings that are already there. Huh?
Yeah.
Yep.
This is mighty Capcom of you, Nintendo.
Then he's like, the true test is, can the Nintendo Switch run actual Switch games at 4K? And bro, then he says, I just wanted to let you know that this is actually being done on the V1 Switch. So the Switch that first came out.
Not even an OLED, huh?
Not even OLED. He said the performance goes down a little bit in terms of like the fan and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Right? But the V1 Switch can do it. The OLED Switch can do it better, but the V1 Switch can do it. So this technology to be able to run... The technology has been there within the Switch that we've all been holding to run 4K games all along. But
Nintendo gonna take that shit down, dog.
Someone else a while ago figured out how to emulate the Switch on the Switch, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And he had the Switch emulator. He had the Switch emulator running better specs and better visuals than the actual Switch was running on the Switch. So he had like almost PC quality visuals on a specific game, emulating it on the Switch.
My question: does it run better? That's all I care about. I don't give a damn about it looking better. I want it to run better. If my games don't chug and I can play Hyrule Warriors without praying, like
that's always the big question.
Does it run good? It could look better. That's whatever. I want to know if it runs good.
Yeah, a lot of the stuff that he showed like was running really good. I mean, he showed.
I need somebody to run that shit intensively on the hour, like on a train for an hour or something.
You know, had a fire extinguisher next to him just in case.
I was gonna say,
no, seriously,
just like real shit. Like test it in practical situations. You know what I mean? Test it on Bart. Test it on the tunnel. Go out with it like for a day, and then give me those results.
It's just really interesting that like that technology has been there, and I'm sure that Nintendo probably had whatever their reasons are for not like making that.
Money.
I mean, but didn't you say it lowered the specs on the fan too?
Well, yeah, because it has to work harder. That's the thing,
right? But I'm saying that could be that could be an issue. Like,
yeah, definitely.
Those things. Yeah,
I think it's one of those things where
they're basically overclocking the Switch for the most part.
Yeah, exactly.
This has been in the hands of so many devs who said, "Hey, we've had." Access to this much of the data and this much of the technology, and we're not happy with it.
Yeah, that's the biggest shift with the Switch. Is on initial launch, every developer was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna get my stuff on the Switch." But now as time goes on, they're like, "It's not good enough."
Right.
It's like we want to put stuff on Switch, but we are limited with what we can do with the Switch at this point, and that sucks. For especially like if indie developers are saying this, it'd be like the Switch isn't good enough for what we're trying to do, and we're not trying to do too much either.
Right.
So it's like I love my Switch. That a lot of the time that's my go-to on playing stuff, but I just want something better. Nintendo, why do you do this to us?
Hey, I mean, they've already announced like what?
They haven't announced shit. No, rumor mills and everything have been going around. There's no official jack worth of nothing.
What gives me confidence is that the Switch 2 should be what we want, given that.
But it won't be.
The Switch 1 is like damn near there already, right? So if
the Switch is a perfect system, it just needs to be better. That's it.
Yeah.
Like I think the rumor mill has been going around about like magnetic Joy-Cons or something like that. Snap on that way. So it's like I anticipate.
Do you need that though? Like, is that necessary?
No. No,
like, don't give me magnetic shit. Just make it better. Just make my system more powerful. Give me the same little slip-ons. It's fine.
I think we'll get an announcement by September. It's not going to be any special events at anything. I don't think it's going to be at any event. It's just going to be a Nintendo announcement.
You just think they're just going to drop it?
It's going to be on a random Wednesday, dog. Random Wednesday at 7 in the morning.
They did the same thing with the OLED too, didn't they?
Yeah. Well,
yeah, they just like. I feel like they just randomly were just like, hey.
I feel like too. Yeah, I feel like it was just like a random, right?
I think so. That's what Nintendo does. It's just like, here's this direct, and here's news.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it would be its own special presentation. I think if we see anything and it's like not exactly a Nintendo Direct, like that's going to be the time. Because I think they'll have to dedicate just enough time to it to really explain what the key difference between the Switch is. Because you know what? Now that I think about it, I think they announced an OLED at the end of a Direct, and it was just like OLED screen, and it's wider, and that was it.
I think that was
and I was mad about it, and then I still got one because it's beautiful.
Yeah, and then you were like, "Hey, Justin, look."
I know. Like, look at Hades.
I honestly, and you knew what you were doing, you bastard, because I was mad into Hades at that point. So you were just like, "Hey, look how pretty Hades looks."
It looks way better here.
Them colors be popping though.
Yeah, but now I got it on PlayStation, so fuck you.
When I was like, "Oh, it looks so good."
Yeah, that OLED did hit different though.
See, all I know is that when they do eventually announcement, I will purposely restrain myself from getting the new thing until they announce that Pokemon one.
Can you not get as many of the new things?
I guarantee nothing. I guarantee nothing.
You ran through like what 4 Switches? 5? Dog.
Damn, not a damn.
Not a damn about that. But I just know every time I'll get the new one and then a Pokemon system comes out, I'm like,
right. So wait.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. Is that I'm going to restrain myself.
I don't necessarily.
But that is restraining.
That's fair. That's
he's saying he's going to wait. I don't believe him, but we'll see.
And that's a fair thing. That's a fair thing to say, Deontay. I don't know.
He's going to try to wait. But I feel like it's gonna be weakness. It's gonna like that hand is just gonna be like reaching toward the buy button.
You know, we'll just hope that and pray they drop it in tandem.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right.
That's not happening.
That's not happening.
No, they do it strategically to get niggas like Darren.
Yeah, they prey on suckers like that.
Yes. Absolutely. I'm not mad at. I'm like,
they're over there like, yeah, we'll release it, and we know the Nintendo hardcores are gonna buy it. Then we drop the Pokemon.
We drop the Pokemon or Legend of Zelda. Get it some every time.
I feel like this that dude on TikTok that's like, oh, we're gonna make a shit ton of money. That guy. Like, oh, we're gonna make a shit ton of money.
The Kingdom Switch, I can't talk shit.
I also bought one of the Pokemon Switches, so I also can't talk shit.
Yeah, but like I had to. I was riding on the original Switch, and it was kind of starting to go out on me.
I'm just mad that I don't have my complete Switch collection because I chose not to get the Let's Go Pokemon's, and that's like out of all the Switches that have come in, I have all the Pokemon ones except for that.
They'll release a Pokemon one and then release a Pikachu one like later, Pikachu specific one, or like
not this time around. It was just that Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee.
Yeah, well, you had both of the babies this time.
Yes.
Right.
So, because it's
you had to share the spotlight.
2 Switch Lights, the regular one, and then this OLED. Yeah, I missed that regular one.
I think I had 3, so I can't really complain too much.
I'm okay with missing that one because there's the Monster Hunter one right near. So
right near.
Right near. But I doubt I'll get another.
Children in Africa with no Switch right now.
Hey man.
And you.
Fuck a Switch, no food, nigga. Damn.
No water.
Nintendo's like, it'll give life to you anyway.
Hey yo.
Let that be.
We take it away from Gary's mod so we can give somewhere else. Nah, we ain't.
It's like an old '90s commercial or some shit, or you just have these starving children. Somebody pops a Game Boy in their hand, and like all of a sudden, like rainbows start appearing everywhere.
Yeah, hooray!
Right.
Oh, here's Mario. Here we go. Here we go. Let's go.
All of a sudden, the barren wasteland turns to the green, lush grass.
He gets a mushroom.
No. Hate that. Oh, on that morbid note. I think with that, we can call this an episode. Any last things, gentlemen?
I started reading solo leveling again.
Okay, so I saw that Eiyuden Chronicles, like the main Eiyuden Chronicles game, dropped.
Yes.
And I realized that I downloaded Eiyuden Chronicles Rising and never played it, so I decided to play Eiyuden Chronicles Rising first.
Mm-hmm.
I'm about like an hour into that game, I'm so fucking bored. And it's just because of the type of game it is, right? It's not. It's a completely different type than the main game. It's like a little side-scrolling action adventure, but the way it is, it's very RPG-ish. So I'm constantly having to go back to the village and talk to somebody and get a quest, and then go into the same fucking area, this little forest, and find some nuts or something. So like I'm definitely in the very beginning stages of an
classic
action RPG.
JRPG shit.
Yeah, classic JRPG shit, and it's just like, hurry up. And I think it's because I want to get through this so I can play the other one,
which is also on Game Pass now too.
Both on Game Pass, but yeah.
Game Pass is wild.
Also, Another Crab's Treasure is out as well now, and that is also on Game Pass.
Shout out to Crab Souls.
I'm so Crab Souls, like, fuck yeah.
Shout out Aggro Crab.
Yep.
Bit. All right then, gentlemen. That will call this an episode. Thank you, everybody who is here with us live. Thank you, everybody listening. We appreciate you as always.
Yes, sir.
Remember, you can follow us anywhere at Rusty Rupees or Rusty Rupees with 2 Y's on Twitter, because Twitter's some hoes.
Yes, and please go check out episode 1 and 2 of the Super Kickback podcast. They are up. Unfortunately, we are not on Spotify because the podcast hosting service I chose wants money to put it up there.
Yes, they do.
But we are on YouTube. We are on Samsung, Amazon. Honestly, just look up Super Kickback and you'll find us. All one word. Yep.
Bit. Justin, where's you and Kano stuff, by the way?
Also on Podbean. We use Podbean, and if you want to drop it to Spotify, you do have to pay for it. But we are actually, you can actually check out our podcast, and actually we had an interview with Justin Gary of Soulforce Fusion. You can check us up at We Gatekeep Nothing on Twitter.
Why'd you put that interview there?
Yeah, I was just thinking this.
What, the Soulforge one?
Yeah.
No, it's on our. It's gonna be on ours too. So it's gonna be on ours, and then it's gonna be on We Gatekeep Nothing for the Twitter thing.
Cool. All right. Bet. But remember, everybody, you can follow me anywhere at xxshadowkami XX. Justin.
Ron23.
Deontay.
13 Cross. Spell it out. Don't be lazy.
Cameron.
By Richie IE no Y hashtag Indie Watch.
We appreciate you guys, and as always, until next time, stay rusty. Okay, boy.
Okay, boy.
Goodbye, monkeys.
Alrighty. Yeah, I'm surprised you had just never sent those files over, Justin. You're like, oh, it's going to be on this one. Why?
What do you mean?
The Soulforge stuff. So confused.
Why? What's the confusion? I told you I was doing it with Kano.
I know you were going to do it with Kano. That's fine, but I don't know why you would put it on your anime podcast shit.
Yeah, that's
because it's not an anime podcast.
What the fuck is your podcast about, dog? I don't know what it is.
Is it Gatekeepers of Anime?
No.
What is your podcast about, sir? Educate us. Educate the Twitch, please.
So the podcast is essentially about the things that me and Kano enjoy. So it'll be anime, it's D&D, it's Magic. Like might be some gaming talk, but mostly it's just about the nerd shit that we get into. That's it.
But it did start off as an anime podcast. I'm not making that up.
No, so the initial thought process was that we would talk about like anime specifically.
I'm just gonna let you know, Justin, you've never told any of us any of this shit. This is all completely new information right now.
Oh.
This is why, like, you nonchalantly being like, "Oh, we're doing this." It's like, nigga, why?
The last thing you had was like, "Oh, I think since we're all busy and it's been a minute since we put on an episode, I think I'm gonna do ramen at the cookout with Kano." That's what you said.
And then when Gatekeepers of Anime, and that was the last thing we heard about it, and you said that you guys recorded your first episode and that Kano was editing that, and we're like, okay, cool, whatever. That's all we knew. We didn't know what the fuck it was about. We didn't know that it changed into any of this. None of that.
Yeah, so it's just like when we talk about magic and just like D&D and stuff. So like when essentially I would run the D&D stuff through that. Like I was talking to DM about potentially doing actually like recording the sessions, and so we would actually just run it through there.
What's it called again?
Technically it's the Gatekeepers podcast.
Did you guys search that before you named it that?
Yes.
Okay.
Marketing. Yes, thank you for divulging this information, Justin.
Oh, my bad. I had thought I'd relate it. It's like I said, dog. There's been a lot of moving parts, but I thought I had told you guys about it, or that we had switched it around, because I thought I had told you guys about the icon too.
So you guys are how is it spelled?
What, Gatekeepers? So just go to We Gatekeep Nothing. It's the Twitter handle.
Like the what's the name of the actual podcast if I want to find the episode?
The Gatekeepers podcast.
Yeah. And I guess I will follow. The nothing that's on here yet, I see. So
yeah. Connor was supposed to put it on the Twitter, but I guess he didn't. He's been sick.
Noted. Well, hi everybody. Thank you for being here with us. It's fine Sunday. Let me see. I'm trying to look your shit up. Confuzzled. Well, let's see who we gonna send this young raid over to. Let's see. Who's currently streaming?
It's nothing like NTHN, right?
Yeah.
Dan, I think you followed someone else. Because I'm the only follower here.
I didn't yet.
Oh, okay.
I just looked at it, so I was like, Oh,
Got you.
Alright, I think Will's streaming right now. He's streaming some Kingdom Hearts, so we'll go ahead, send this raid over to the homie. Send some love to the homie Jester. Will out there, we appreciate the homie. We will see you guys tomorrow for Community Day. Don't know what we'll do yet. We'll see what's happening. We'll see. I'll see the schedule. But until next time, thank you everybody, and stay rusty. Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.
All right, bye.
Peace out.
All right, what's